When I got back into role-playing games in early 2014, I had to choose between 4th edition and Pathfinder. I made the choice to go for Pathfinder, and I'm really pleased that I did. Although I have got a good number of other systems now, all of which I really like, both my ongoing campaigns are Pathfinder. Having picked that as my system, I went looking for an adventure that I could run for first level characters. None of the official Pathfinder modules really captured my imagination, but Retribution by Raging Swan Press got great reviews, sounded like what I wanted to run. We played it, it's gone really well. Actually, we followed it up with Shadowed Keep on the Borderlands, which was by the same publisher, and we should hopefully finish that in the next month or so. And not only were these two great, but they introduced me to Raging Swan Press, who I'm now a huge fan of. I've been using their Lonely Coast campaign setting in one of my campaigns. I've also used that in conjunction with the Wolverton town setting, several of their village backdrops. They're all brilliant, they're really versatile, they're just what I need. When Raging Swan released the Dungeon Dressing GM's Miscellany as a book, I was already familiar with the series. I'd already got a couple of the PDFs. I think I'd got the Doors one, the Double Doors one. I can't remember, so I got several of them. Now, for those who aren't aware of the Dungeon Dressing series, each one focuses on a different common dungeon fixture. As I said, stairs, doors, they do pillars, pools, altars. The list is fairly huge. Each one gives different tables for appearances, a table for features, and suggestions of various traps you can put in. Now, they're designed for Pathfinder, but they are really easily transferred to D&D, or to be honest, any fantasy system. The mechanics side of each supplement isn't what's making it useful. It's the inspiration it gives you, it's the ideas it gives you, and the description levels, which just means that you can really get into immersion in the game. The Miscellany brings all of the dungeon dressings together into one single book. It also has some extra bits and pieces that weren't in each of the individual ones. It's got some great articles on designing dungeons and a big chunk of their book, All That Glimmers, which deals with different ideas for treasure so that you're not just giving out massive numbers of coins whenever you need to drop a hoard in somewhere. I pre-ordered mine. I'd got it before its original release date, I think, and I love it. It's been really, really useful.
So, that said, what's inside it? Each of the dungeon dressing supplements takes a particular part of a dungeon or a particular thing that you'd find in a dungeon and just gives you a variety of different ways of presenting it, different ways of fleshing it out so that things stop feeling very generic. So in this case, I've opened at the Doors page. This is one of the ones that I bought as a single PDF before the Miscellany came out. So it's got common characteristics of doors. It talks about cover, line of sight effects, etc. It talks about construction, what they're made from, and in a Pathfinder set of rules, it gives armor classes for different types, hardness, hit points, how difficult it is to break, all of that kind of stuff. It talks about locks. What kind of locks, how difficult are they going to be to disable and open, and door conditions. Are they dilapidated, poor, excellent, at what point, what does that do to different things? So immediately it gives you a way of describing a door rather than it's just door. The next bit is this table. It's a simple D100 table. It just gives you interesting characteristics. So on a roll of a 31 or a 32, the door is made of a hollow material and is exceptionally easy to destroy. Reduce the hardness and hit points by 50. Or on a 69-70, the door has a small viewpoint set at head height. An iron grille protects the viewport. The viewport has a small wooden door. These kinds of things you can just throw in. Is it a false door? Is it designed to appear to be the tongue and throat of a great demonic mouth? There's a whole stack of different things. The next page is similar, but is dressings and features. So interesting features for the doors rather than characteristics. So again, picking a couple of random, partially skeletonized arms severed at the elbow hangs from the door's handle. You know, what does that say about what's inside the room? What are your players going to think at that point? The door is absent, but a luminescent door-like shape fills the portal, suggesting its original form and design. These are really great little ideas, and you know, there's 100 of them there just for doors. So lastly, we have tricks and traps, adhesive handle, door of slumber, exploding door, illusionary door, slamming door, various different traps that you can put in if you feel that way. A whole stack of stuff on needle traps, on common magical defences, you know, what the CR ratings are. Again, it's designed for Pathfinder. Just really nice stuff. And then just one of the reasons I picked doors, once you move off doors, you then move into double doors. And again, you've got characteristics, you've got construction, you've got locks and protection, you've got a whole stack of characteristics, you've got decoration styles, common magical traps. This is what I love about this book. It just gives you idea after idea after idea after idea. And those ideas trigger off other things as well. Looking at the book as a whole, this is not just one or two things on doors. We've got various things on altars, on captives, ceilings, chests, concealed doors, corpses, doom paintings, fiendish traps, gates and portals, goblin pockets, which is great if you suddenly have a party that decide they want to search somebody that you didn't put any thought into. Various miscellaneous stuff on carpets and graffiti, mirrors, atmosphere stuff. There's lots and lots of stuff in here that genuinely the book is a go-to if you're stuck on something and want to know what to do. The other things that are in here almost as an extra is they have a whole stack of little dungeon design ideas. These are various articles that you can find. I think most of them are for free on the Raging Swan Press site, but they're really nice. They're worth a quick read. They trigger ideas. There's a section on riddles near the end of the book, and rather beautifully some of the stuff from the All That Glimmers thing on treasure hoards. So right up at the back, after the trapdoors section and the riddles section, are the treasure hoards. All That Glimmers is great as well. I've got that as a PDF. I keep meaning to buy it as a book. So for level 3 treasure hoards, this page is. It's got a you can roll a d12, you get a particular thing. It tells you how much these treasure hoards are worth. They're roughly 800 GP each. What I really like about these though is the way that these are broken down. So you have coinage at the top. If I pick hoard number 6, so 378 copper, 12 silver, 42 gold and 3 platinum. Yeah, that's kind of pretty standard. But there's a diamond ring in there, and it's a somewhat plain gold ring set with 3 small diamonds forming a pyramid shape. It tells you it's worth 300 GP, and it's a DC 25 appraise value to realise that. There's a raven idol also stored with this, which is a small statuette carved from jade, depicting a man in regal robes with the head of a raven. And there's a dragon-headed steam, which is a beer mug made to look like a snarling dragon's head, with 2 deep green emeralds that serve as the dragon's eyes. When you finally give your characters a big hoard somewhere, you can describe particular items. You don't need to tell them how much they're worth. They can work that out for themselves. Even if you do tell them what they're worth and decide not to make them do the full appraise thing, it helps the players to really feel involved. So to finish up, you know, just doing a flip through of this book, I can't recommend this enough. Great stuff on altars. I just thought I'd do a flip through so you can see some of the stuff that's in there. Whole stack of stuff on ceilings, you know, be it dark green algae, be it small holes piercing the ceiling that are spy holes, You know, chests, a statue that points at the chest stands in one corner of the room. I mean, that's a brilliant idea. A whole stack of stuff on concealed doors. The book's just a joy to flip through and full of ideas. I cannot recommend it enough. Yeah, I think anything that I say from this point on is just going to repeat what I've already said and build up. But genuinely good book. The PDFs are worth a look. You know, pick something that you're interested in. Go and grab a PDF off the Raging Swan site, or I'm pretty sure they're all on drive-through. If you like what you've got, then I really seriously recommend the book. It's beautifully produced, and it's just full of brilliant bits and pieces that you will be using for years, even if you stop playing Pathfinder, even if you don't play Pathfinder now. Most of the tables are fully applicable to any system and will just aid in immersion. So there you go, GM's Miscellany Dungeon Dressing. Truly cannot recommend it enough.